Let me first of all say thank you to our song leaders. I love and appreciate song leaders. And I love and appreciate song leaders that lead singing. Notice what I said, lead singing. And I appreciate you fellas for the talents that you have, and the fact that you shared them with us this evening. I don't know about you, but I feel better. I always feel better on singing night. At Ramona and Dixon, they had it long before I got there, but every fourth Sunday night of the world, we had singing. And some Sundays, some months, something would come up on the fourth Sunday and we'd move to the third because we enjoyed it so much. But it's always good to sing. Find great joy in singing. There's a man one time that went to a doctor, and in going to the doctor, he began to describe his symptoms. He began to tell the doctor what was wrong with him, and finally the doctor just looked at him and he said, "I know what's wrong with you." And he said, "I know that I have a prescription for you that will work." The man was anxious because for quite a few days he had been in anguish. The doctor said, "It's really quite simple." He said, "I want to prescribe you a vitamin F." The man thought, he said, "I'm not familiar with that. What benefit will it have?" He said, "Well, it has great benefits, and I assure you that it will get you back on the road to recovery. It will get you where you need to be and where you should be." Well, Doc, tell me more about this vitamin. He said, "The vitamin is vitamin F. And vitamin F stands for friends. We all need friends, don't we? The Bible talks about being friends and being good friends. But we often look and we think, well, why is it important that we have good friends? Why should we have good friends? After all, we get through life, don't like anybody. That's the way some feel. Don't like anybody. I don't want to be around anybody. Okay. There are folks like that, and they have their reasons, and that's fine and good. There's not a problem with that. But invariably, we all have friends. Now, many of the folks that we call our friends are really not friends, are they really? They're acquaintances. They're folks that we've met along the way that we dearly love. We appreciate them. They were valuable to us, and they are still valuable to us. But we'll call friends, we'll call folks that we only see once a year. Well, they're my friends. Well, no, they're more your acquaintance, but it's all right that you call them friends. But friends are important for several reasons. First of all, they really make us better people. Yes, Solomon said in Proverbs 17:17 that iron sharpens iron, or 27:17, excuse me, that iron sharpens iron. Friend sharpens man's countenance. See, we are better off by having friends. Friends make us better. But friends make us better only, first of all, if we do what? We choose the right people for our friends, right? Isn't that what Paul said in 1 Corinthians 15? He says, "Even companionships corrupt good manners or good morals," depending upon the version that you use. We understand that we need to be careful that we choose the right company. But in choosing the right company, they make us better. Their words are words of encouragement. Proverbs 18, Solomon reminds us that death and life are in the power of the tongue. Words have the ability to hurt our feelings, cut our soul. The words also have the ability to encourage us, to lift us up, to make us stronger, make us better, to make us see the sunshine beyond the cloud, the rainbow beyond the rain, to see the good beyond the bad. Friends and their words are important. They make us better. But not just their words, but sometimes their presence. Job felt pretty good for a little while when his friends came. Job chapter 2. It was only when they opened their mouths that they really destroyed the beauty of their presence. But it was the fact that they came. I have a friend that served as one of my elders back years ago. And he used to say the best gift you can give somebody and the most precious gift you can give somebody is your time. And I used to think that was kind of a weird statement, but the older I get and the less time I have, the more important I realize that he was right. And sometimes friends just show up and they give us our time. And by giving us our time, they make us better. Friends are important also because they're always near, and they're always near to help. We like friends that are close by, not friends that are afar off. I've made friends, and some of my friends are. They are afar off, and I don't get to see them very often, don't talk to them even then. But friends, true friends, are close by. They're near. They're near enough that they can help, and they do help. You know, we often use 2 Corinthians chapter 8 and verse 5, where Paul is talking to the church of Corinth. And he was talking to them about giving, and giving of their means. And we use verse 5 because it says, and this they did not as we hoped, but they first gave themselves to the Lord. And we stop right there. That sentence does not stop right there. Matter of fact, the next two words, I think, are very important. And to us. 3 words, actually, not 2. They first gave themselves to the Lord and to us. See, we don't think about that too many times. But how important that is, that friends are there, and friends are there to help. They're there to carry the load. They're there to assist in difficult times. Paul talked about, in Romans chapter 16, he talked about in verse 3 2 folks that you probably have heard of before, Aquila and Priscilla. In verse 4, Paul says that they basically were willing to give their very life. They were willing to stick their necks out for me. And if you go through and you read Romans 16, you find a lot of Paul's friends listed. And when you find them, you see them as folks that were near, and near to help him, and dear to his life. And so friends are always near and near to help. But also friends are important because they love us. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 2, Paul says, walk in love as Christ also has loved us, giving himself for us. Walk in love. There's an admonition to all of us as Christians, to all of us as individuals, right? Love one another. Love others. I know sometimes they get on our last nerve. Sometimes they aggravate the living stew out of us. Sometimes we just can't find a good thing to say or think about them. Friends love us. They love us in the good times. They love us in the bad. They love us even though they know who we are. One little boy said that's what a friend is. A friend is somebody that knows everything about us and still loves us anyway. That's a pretty good definition of friend. Friend is someone that loves us and loves us for who we are, warts and all. Yeah, we're not always lovable. Yeah, we're not always what we should be or what we need to be. Friends love us. Now, take all of those things. Take those 3 things. Friends make us better. Friends are always there. Friends love us. Now turn that around. For us to be a good friend, we need to be an individual that makes others better. We need to be an individual that's always near to help. And we need to be an individual that always loves those that are dearly precious to us. A little girl one time was sitting on the curb and she was counting her money. Her daddy had come in from work and he said, well, what are you doing, honey? She said, I'm counting my money. But he knew she didn't have much, and so he said, well, you don't have much there. She said, oh, Daddy, I'm rich. I'm rich. He thought, well, it's precious that a little child would think that just the little bit that she had caused her to be rich. And then finally she looked at her daddy and she said, Daddy, I'm rich because I've got friends. We're all rich. Our lives are enriched because we have friends. The greatest friend that we have is Jesus. We sing from time to time, what a friend we have in Jesus. Jesus said in John 15, you are my friends if you do whatsoever I've commanded you. Our friend Jesus calls us, and so this evening, if you need to respond to the Lord's invitation by becoming a New Testament child of God or by rededicating your life, our prayer and our plea is the same call of God's. Won't you come? All together we stand and sing.